This is Ponder Darling, my busted heart, and I keep saying, I'm gonna take a break. Maybe this will be my last video, and then I have another thing to say. And unfortunately, I may get to the point where I don't have a choice anymore, I guess. I just found out that Little Shaman got shut down. For some reason, YouTube is saying that her videos are spam, but oh my God, I can't imagine how they could think her videos are spam. It's very disappointing because Little Shaman helped me probably more than any other channel. Her stuff was just so clear. There was so much clarity in it. So apparently she is on Facebook, and I'm gonna move over there and get some more doses of her, but it's really disturbing. And that's the thing. Bad people are everywhere. Bad people are everywhere. And, I unfortunately, being bad is a choice. And I never wanted to accuse anyone of being bad because I was really sensitive to it, because my family all, told me that I was born bad. That's what they would say to me. You were born bad. And so because of that, and then everything I did that they would find ways to show evidence that I was born bad. I was always bad. Like even if some random thing, that I had no idea about. It's kind of a little bit like, the Little Shaman thing, like she didn't do anything and they shut her down. That's, kind of like what my family did to me when, in my life. I can't even say when I was growing up because they did it to me into my 40s. So if anybody wonders how I had a kid with a psychopath and then, thought the love of my life was a narcissist, there you go. Very damaged. But I'm working on figuring it out. And lessons come every day. And every day I'm like this much better. Little bit more clarity. This much. But it's hard work. It's really hard work. Because I've been brainwashed since I was a kid. And if we can't, we are an amalgam of everything that we have experienced up until this moment. Don't let the narcissist or psychopath or cluster B in your life make you believe that you can just, brush away the past with, a Swiffer duster, because it takes work. It takes work. You can't just, they want you to do that because they don't want to be accountable. But the truth of the matter is, when somebody damages you, it takes work to heal it. It has to be, it has to be the wound has to be cleaned. It has to be cauterized. It has to be, kind of, bandaged so it doesn't get bumped. You have to kind of, take care of yourself. So this is what I wanted to say about bad people. Being bad is a choice. It's a choice. And I, we all make mistakes. I made mistakes. A lot of mistakes that I made in my life were not necessarily, none of them were about hurting other people. None of them were deliberate. Unlike narcissists, I do not deliberately want people to suffer. I don't take any, I'm not trying to manipulate anybody. I'm not trying to get my way. I don't break people down to be able to control them like a narcissist does. And that's what Jefferson did. He broke me down because he wanted me to be pliable. He wanted me to be compliant. And when, in the end, when I couldn't and wouldn't be compliant and allow him to just do whatever he wanted to do to me, and for it to be okay, and for me to keep, loving him and cooking him food and spoon feeding it to him, and meeting his every need, he was like, I don't like you anymore. I'm gonna move on to somebody else. And that's not what a good person does. That's not what a good person does. But because I am the kind of person who wants to believe that people are innately good. Now, I'm not saying that Jefferson is not innately good. I still believe that somewhere inside everyone is goodness. But they make a choice. This has been a hard pill for me to swallow. I've really been trying to understand this, because I will take the tiniest little bit of evidence and say that person is good. And there will be volumes of evidence showing that that's a bad person that I will ignore. I will just ignore it. I ignored that Jefferson was living off his family, that he was taking advantage of them, that they didn't want him there. I just made excuses for it. I was like, oh, well, he just needs another place to go, so he can come, live with me. And then he came and lived with me, and then guess what? He didn't want to live with me. He wanted to go back and continue to take advantage of his family and not stay away. And that was completely okay with him. And doing unkind things to people, being okay with doing unkind things to people, is the hallmark of the dark triad. And it's taken me a lot of processing to figure out. And that, what I just said, that's only one example. I actually have written down many examples of things that he has done that are choices that just, he just proves that he does not care about anybody in the whole world. Not even himself, really, because he doesn't even really take care of himself. It's very, very sad. And the saddest part is that there is nothing anyone can do to snap him out of it. And I have spent a great deal of time, energy, and money, doing that. And it wasted my life when I could have been, self-actualizing, for example, finding somebody who would actually love me. So that was my choice, and that was my mistake. And I made those choices, and I made that mistake based on the fact that I believed that I was born unworthy. So I'm working on changing that, and I'm working on giving myself permission to stay away from bad people. Because I don't know why. I think that I owe them something. I have this obligation to them. But I think a lot of it is about that I don't want to treat other people the way that I've been treated. I don't want to make assumptions about people that they're bad when that's how I've been treated. So that's what I had to say this morning. I hope Little Shaman comes back to YouTube, but she is on Facebook. Thanks.